happened? Where am I? Am I alive yet?
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So, we ready for some picks? Ready for some picks? Do some picks. Wow, that green back there is pretty wild. Holy moly. Give me 1 second here. Okay, holy shnikes, that was a little out of control there with that green. Going for the green for St. Patty's Day, but damn. Let me also hit this on. Boom. All right. So we're gonna do picks for the tournament. Now I will say this. I really don't know much about college basketball. I really don't pay attention to it. I do enjoy March Madness, at least the first week of it. After that, it just, unless you have some special team on a run, it is what it is. So take my picks with a grain of salt because they're either going to be really on the line or really bad. But um, that's where it is. I do know you take it like quarter to quarter, like you do each section across, like South and then the East, and then the West, and then the Midwest. Like you handle the entire bracket. The best I've ever done in brackets was probably almost 20 years ago. I got lucky with a team and did pretty well. But besides that, like that first weekend, I always have one region that's just busted. That is just completely. I always get the upsets wrong, but then I'll have the other three regions where I'll either get the upsets right or it just is right what it is. But by the time I get to that next weekend, I mean I'm holding on for dear life with most of my picks. A few years I've run with teams that then got bounced in the first round. So we'll start with Auburn, Louisville, and Creighton. Man, this one here I could see going either way. I'm gonna take Louisville, just because of that. I'm gonna take Michigan, Texas A&M. So Ole Miss in the winner of this game. I'm going Ole Miss. Iowa State, we're gonna take. I mean, we might go. You know, yeah, I'm gonna take New Mexico here. I think New Mexico's gonna pull that. Michigan State's it's not gonna lose to Bryant. Sorry, Bryant. So we have Louisville and Auburn. Taking Auburn in that one. Michigan, Texas A&M. I'm gonna take Michigan. Iowa State and Ole Miss. Man, them SEC teams. We're either gonna find out like the SEC was habitually overrated this year, or they were just really good. But I'm gonna stick with them on that and take Michigan State in that one. Auburn, I just think is too strong, and then I'm gonna take Ole Miss because the few times I have gone with Michigan State to make it to either the Sweet 16, Elite Eight, or Final Four, they always get bounced in like the second round. So I don't trust Michigan State. We're going to take Duke, of course. Baylor and Mississippi State. This is another one of those where I could see going either way. I know Baylor has a decent freshman, but I just think Mississippi State has a better team. Oregon's going to take Liberty. Going to take Arizona over Akron. This might be a lot of chalk, y'all. We'll see. You know, I'm gonna take VCU over BYU. Wisconsin over Montana. I'm taking St. Mary's. I just don't believe in Vanderbilt. Alabama, I mean, is just going to pull it off. I think Alabama is a strong enough team to make it to Sweet 16. Past that, I don't know. Alabama, Wisconsin. I'm going to take Oregon over Arizona, and I'm taking Duke. I'm sorry, Duke is just a hell of a squad. And here, I'm sticking with Alabama. So we got a one, a two, and a six out of this region. Um, and I'm going to stick with the ones. I'm going with Auburn and Duke to be in the Final Fours here. All right. I'm sure a lot of people screaming that you went with straight chalk on that, but whatever, man. We're gonna go Florida, Yukon. I got Memphis here. I'm gonna go with Maryland. Mizzou. I'm gonna go. On this one here, I think Mizzou's gonna beat Texas Tech. Kansas and I'm going Arkansas on that one. St. John's. St. John's. Florida. I'm sorry, man. Florida's just gonna run that one. I got Memphis. Florida's a really good squad. Um, and with Patino, man, I gotta go with the coach on that. Um, Everybody see that fly just there? What the hell? I'm gonna go Gonzaga, Georgia. Clemson is too good. Hype, dude. So this is an interesting one right here because Purdue either has a really good team or it just they have teams that just crap out. I think they'll beat High Point. Um, Man, at Texas and Xavier, I'm I haven't seen enough of Illinois, and maybe this is gonna kill me, but I'm gonna go with the number 11 team out of that. I haven't seen enough of Illinois. Kentucky is gonna beat Troy. Um, I'm gonna take Utah State over UCLA. I don't trust UCLA. I think a lot of UCLA is in here just for brand name. Tennessee is a squad. Man, there's what the SEC had what like 14 teams in this tournament. Houston, Clemson, take Houston over that. I'm just gonna have you know what? This is gonna be my number one, number one bracket. Um, Tennessee and Kentucky. This will be a tough one. Let's look at the preview on this. What do we got here? Man, they're very very similar and notable. Let's see if Tennessee they beat Duke, Gonzaga, lost Alabama. Oh man, they lost all the good teams, man. But man, Tennessee lost a lot of those games too, and even lost to Kentucky by 10 and then 5. I'm going with Kentucky on that. It's just got to be Kentucky. Let's look at the preview on this one here. Lost to Auburn, lost to Alabama, beat a bunch of just random squads. Oh man, I'm gonna take Kentucky over Houston. St. John's. I just don't think St. John's really. They lost to Baylor. They beat UConn twice though. Florida lost to Kentucky by 6 and by 20 to the Vols, and then came and beat them by 30, and then again almost by 10. Mud stomp, man. Yeah, but I got to take Florida on that. There's no way. So I got three number ones and a number three, and this here will be an all-time classic game. Man, I can't stand Florida. I'm taking Duke right here because that's just. I hate Florida, but I just think that Florida they played Auburn and won by 9 points. Alabama, Auburn beat them by 10 and then lost by 2. Whew. Man, this if this would happen, I know all these Florida fans would just be out of their mind, loving it. They beat Auburn, beat Illinois by a ton. Hmm. Look at this against top 25, 3-2, 8-2. PPI ranked 1. Conference and ACC was not good. Man, I got to take Florida in this, and I don't want to take Florida in this. There's a total points scored in the championship game. We are going to go 116. Yeah, let's win some stuff. All right, and there's my bracket. A lot of people are probably screaming at it, but again, hey, I don't know anything about basketball, baby. We went with Auburn and Louisville, then Michigan, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Iowa State, New Mexico, Michigan State, then Auburn, Michigan, Ole Miss, Michigan State, and we have Auburn and Ole Miss. The other side, we had Duke, Mississippi State, Oregon, Arizona, VCU, Wisconsin, St. Mary's, Alabama, Alabama, Wisconsin, Duke, Oregon, then Duke, Alabama, with Auburn and Duke making it out of that region. Then you had Florida, UConn, Memphis, Maryland, Missouri, Texas Tech, Arkansas, and St. John's, with St. John's and Missouri, and Florida and Memphis moving on, and Florida and St. John's moving on. Then Houston and Gonzaga, Clemson and Purdue, the winner of Texas Xavier and Kentucky, Utah State and Tennessee. Then that went to Tennessee, Kentucky, Houston and Clemson. And that went down to Houston and Kentucky, with Kentucky and Florida making it. So it'd be Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Kentucky in the Final Four, with Florida and Duke in the championship game, and Florida winning it. As much as I hate to say that. But yeah, so we're going to submit that. Submitted. Anyways, that's probably what a ton of people have as their picks. Just almost straight chalk. But I don't believe in doing multiple brackets. I did that a few times during the years. It just they all went about the same way. So that's gonna be my bracket. If you like it, you don't like it, don't know what to tell you, but that's where it's at. But hey, tell me what your Final Four is. Tell me where you think I went wrong, where you think I went right. I mean, hell, you can tell me if it was just bad picks. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure there's gonna be one team. There's always that one team every year that just comes out of nowhere and just glides through even the top teams, and that'll be the one that'll destroy my bracket. You know, some weird directional school, but all right, that'll do it. So hey, like I always say, find some good earth and dig it. Later.